Let's do a swatch test on Estee Lauder's new Double Wear Foundation. In my hands, I'm holding one W1 and one W2. This was a gifted set from Estee Lauder, and they also included one W1 concealer. They included a foundation brush, a little sponge, and a little pump for the foundation, which I'm excited for because I have seen that these can get quite messy. I'm not a person who typically wears like full face foundation. I do love a more natural skin finish. I usually wear very light coverage. I do more of like a spot concealing type makeup look. And I also find that as I'm aging, I really like to do a less is more approach. So in this video, what I wanted to do is test the coverage of this concealer. I've got some blemishes that'll be perfect for this video. And I also wanted to test out both colors to see which color match is better for my skin tone. I'll use the tools that were given to me, but to be honest, I actually like using my hands when I put my face products in. I just find the heat of your hands melts everything in. Okay, I've got a mirror placed on the side. I'm gonna take the 1W concealer and I'm putting it on the back of my hand because I don't want to contaminate. Okay, there is some scent to it. I'm gonna let this dry. I think so far the color is good for me, and I'm just applying where I typically get really red. I know this looks crazy. Trust in the process. Okay, so I noticed that this concealer is really drying. It makes sense given that I typically wear like Kosas, which is like more on the kind of skincare juicier side. As far as coverage, I think it's okay. I know I've been like playing around with it, but I'm gonna put some foundation and see what happens. But before I do that, I think it's important to rehydrate because my skin's feeling dry. On this side of my face, I'm gonna do one W1. It looks a little bit yellow. And on this side of my face, I'm gonna do one W2. Part of me is thinking one W2 is gonna blend into my skin a little bit better. Now I'm gonna prime the brush and start tapping it in. In my 42 years, what I've realized is if I want a blank canvas, this would technically be the right shade. But the reality is this is not how I do my makeup. I do not cover my entire face blank and then start reapplying. So this is not the color that I would have chosen for myself. I'm gonna see if I can come in close. I don't like working this hard to make my makeup work, but I do know how to make my makeup work. So this foundation needs to melt into your skin. Let's see if we can't make it melt a little bit better using the sponge. It's actually just lifting it off instead of melting it in. My preference is to use a foundation that's a little bit more watery, more dewy, something with a little bit more radiance. I find it looks way better on maturing skin. One thing I wanted to mention and something that I've noticed is that I have a lot of like peach fuzz and kind of fur on my skin, and choosing the right foundation is so critical because when something has almost like too much chalky consistency or if a foundation is too matte, it ends up staining the hair instead of the skin, and so you kind of see the hair a little bit more. Whereas if you choose something a little bit more watery, more dewy, I find that those pigments stick to the skin more than the actual hair. So I am getting that effect a little bit with this foundation. And because it dries really quickly, I'm going to see if I can tap it in. So I'm trying to finish up my makeup and I quickly revived my skin with the Mario Skin Enhancer. This stuff adds that dewiness and that radiance that I was talking about, and I just love it, especially paired with a matte foundation. It really does the trick. Then I'll go in with a cream blush, and again, this will add that moisture, that dewiness that my skin is craving when I have a matte foundation on. I just added a nice wing liner. I find a wing liner will stay on with a matte foundation. There are certain benefits like less smudging of the mascara and less smudging of the black liner because your face is a little bit on the dry side. I know there are ways like using powder and all kinds of techniques, but I am trying to move away from products that'll dry out my face and accentuate my fine lines. I'm just going to tame my brows a little bit now that I'm done applying mascara. And that's the finished makeup look. I just wanted to do something to kind of like highlight the really nice even skin tone. after putting that much foundation on. I also wanted to share a couple of techniques on how you can introduce more radiance and dewiness to your skin if you're finding that your foundation is a little bit too matte. I'll continue wearing this throughout the day, and hopefully I can share any updates as they come. All right, I'm doing a 2-hour check-in. So after the 2 hours, the makeup has definitely melted together. If I think of it, or if I have time, I'm going to try to do something by the end of the night so you guys can see how this wears after a long night out. Okay, this is the 5-hour mark. I'm struggling, guys. I don't like my skin. I don't like how it looks. It feels tight and oily at the same time. I think it's a no for me. Okay, it's 11 p.m., which makes it exactly 12 hours since wearing the foundation. I gotta say, it definitely lasts long. Like, my makeup still looks good. But your girl's tired. Despite it lasting really long and looking really nice, my face does feel uncomfortable, and it's like extremely oily, and that's what usually happens when I wear like matte foundation. So yeah, that's the end of this review.